Hello Year 3 and welcome to today's maths video. Today's maths video is for Tuesday the 9th of Feb. I'm going to start by going through Fluent in 5 for you before going through the lesson today, which is learning to multiply and divide amounts of money. So this is your Fluent in 5 for today. If you haven't done it already, please pause the video and have a go. Now, I don't want you to panic about question A. Just think about how you found a half of 30 in the previous Fluent in 5 and see if you can apply the same to 70. If you can't do it, please just leave it. I really don't want anyone to worry about it. Just leave it because I'll go through the answers in a moment. So pause the video and have a go. So the answers. So in order to find 1/10 of 70, all I do is I imagine like the other day when I had my cake and I split it into 2 pieces because I split it in half. This time I'm going to split it into 10 equal pieces. So I've made a bar here, and in my bar I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces. I then shared my 70 out into my 10 groups, and that left me with 7 in a group. That's also because 10 times 7 is 70. So I know that 1/10 in one of those groups is 7. So 1/10 of 70 is 7. If you even had a go at that, well done, I'm very impressed. Then you had 658, take away 449. Now this would have required you to do some regrouping because you can't start with 8 ones and take away 9. So hopefully you did some regrouping and ended up with 209. Then you had 122 times 4. Now this sounds really quite tricky, but if you draw the problem, hopefully you didn't find it as tricky. I did 100, 2 10s and 2 1s for my 100, 2 10s and 2 1s. And then I did that 4 times because I had 4 times. Well, what I've drawn here, I've done 4 times 122, haven't I? But we know that we get the same answer either way, so we're allowed to switch it around. So then I counted up how many hundreds I had, and I had 4 hundreds, which is the number 400. Then I counted up how many 10s I had, and I had 8 10s, which is 80. And then I counted up my total of 1s, and I had 8 1s. And if I put those together, if you do 400, 80 and 8, then hopefully you could see that the answer was 488. So well done if you got that one right. Then lastly, 36 divided by 4. Now what I could have done is I could have made my 4 groups and shared my 36 out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, etc. Or if I knew my 4 times table, I'd know that 9 times 4 was 36. So I would have ended up with 9 in each of my groups because the answer is 9. So well done if you got that right. So today we're going to be looking at multiplication and division of amounts of money. So again, it's going to have lots of bar models, but hopefully they will help you understand because they will be showing the problem. Again, I'm going to be going through answers, so please make sure that you've had a go. And then if you're finding it tricky, don't worry at all about pressing play and just listening. But if you are just listening to me and you haven't done it yet, maybe you could listen to a bit, pause it and have a go. Listen to a bit, pause it and have a go. So our first problem. Mrs. Jones gives £3 to each of her 5 children. How much money does Mrs. Jones give to her children altogether? So I've given you the answer to this one because I just wanted to go through how you would answer it and how you would draw it. So they have £3 each, and she has 5 children. So what I've done is I've made myself a bar with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts to represent her 5 children. I've then put £3 in each part because each child has £3. That allows me to then count them up and find that I have 15 in total. And the number sentence is 5 lots of £3. And 5 lots of £3, if I count it up, is £15. So that tells me she has £15 altogether. So please don't be scared to draw them. You know how much I love you drawing in maths. Please do it. So Laura puts her £5 into a savings account every month. How much has she saved after 9 months? So this part here represents 1 month. And I then have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 parts. Because each part is a different month. And each month she puts £5 into her savings account. So my number sentence then is 9 groups of 5, or 9 lots of 5. Now I can use skip counting to count up in 5s to find the answer. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I know that 9 times 5 is 45. So how much has she saved? After 9 months, she has saved £45. Peter has £32. He puts the money equally into 4 boxes. How much money is there in each box? Now this is a slightly different type of question, because this question is giving you the total he started with, and then he's sharing it, he's putting it into boxes. Now we're not doing multiplication this time. So he had £32. He's got £32. He puts it equally into 4 boxes. So the first thing I need to do is make my 4 boxes. I then know that he is putting that 32 into his 4 boxes. So that's what I needed to do as well. I needed to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 until I'd shared all 32. Now, if you're struggling with this at home, it might be really useful if you've got some counters or some Lego bricks or something that you can move and sort as well. So hopefully in your 4 piles or your 4 groups in your bar, you should end up with 8 pieces. Now the number sentence is £32 shared into 4 equal groups gives us 8 in a group. So that means there are £8, there's £8 in each money box. So the number sentence was a division one. Then we've got Ty pays £21 for 3 t-shirts. How much does 1 t-shirt cost? So hopefully with this problem, you were able to unpick that he had £21 in total and 3 t-shirts. And I would have liked you to have labelled my bar. So let's go through the answers. Well, how much has he got in total? Well, in total, he pays £21. And this is our total because it's all of them. Then how much was each t-shirt? Now, I don't know yet. But look, I've got 3 parts. And I've got 3 parts because I've got 3 t-shirts that I'm sharing the money between. So 1 t-shirt, 2 t-shirts, 3 t-shirts. Now, if I share my 21 out into my 3 t-shirts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. See, I've shared all 21 and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a group. So our number sentence was 21 shared into 3 equal groups gave us 7 in a group. So how much was each t-shirt? Well, each t-shirt cost £7. And here you've got some word problems now. I'm going to read them all and then I'm going to cheat a little bit and go to my answers page because otherwise the video will be too long because I will have drawn all the bars. But again, if you've not had a go, please have a go. Ruby buys some books for £30 at a book fair. Each book costs £5. How many books does she buy? Mr. Anders gives William £2 as his pocket money every day. What is William's pocket money in total from Monday to Friday? Mrs. Smith gives £40 to her grandchildren. Each of them gets £5. How many grandchildren does she have? Mrs. Baxter buys 4 bottles of shampoo. Each bottle costs £4. How much does she pay altogether? And Alicia has £50. She spends all of her money on 5 t-shirts. The cost of each t-shirt is the same. How much is each t-shirt? So the main thing if you come across a division one is I want you to think, what's the total amount? Do I know how many groups I've got, and in which that case I can share them equally into those groups, or do I know how many I've got in each group and I can make piles of those groups until I run out? So just take care to read the questions. So I'm going to jump ahead to the answers now. So Ruby buys some books for £30. Ruby bought some books for £30 at a book fair. Each book cost £5. How many books does she buy? What you needed to do for this problem was group £5 together until you'd used all 30. So I did a group of 5, then another group of 5, then another group of 5, then another group of 5, and I did that until I'd used up all £30. Now the reason I couldn't go one for you, one for you, one for you, was I didn't know how many books, but I did know the cost of each book, so I knew how many were in each group. So I made those groups. I put £5, I put another £5, I put another £5 until I'd run out of all 30, and I knew then that I had 6 books. Mr. Anderson gives William £2 as his pocket money every day. What is his pocket money Monday to Friday? Well, I know that he gets £2 every day. So each part is £2. I know that there was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So there's 5 parts to my bar. So I make my 5 groups. I then do 5 lots of 2, or 5 times 2, which I know is 10. So he has £10 in total. Mrs. Smith gives £40 to her grandchildren. Each of them gets £5. How many grandchildren? Now this is the same as the book one. We don't know how many grandchildren there are, so we can't share our 40 into groups because we don't know how many groups we've got. But we do know that each child gets £5. So again, we can build groups of 5 until we've run out of all 40 coins. And if I share 40 coins into groups of 5, I end up with 8 groups, and that means she had 8 grandchildren. Mrs. Baxter buys 4 bottles of shampoo. Each bottle costs £4. So here I have my 4 bottles. I've got 4 groups for my 4 bottles. Then inside each group I have got £4 because each bottle cost £4. So how much was it all together? Well, I count up my 4 counters, 8 counters, 12 counters, 16 counters, and that tells me that in total she paid £16. Alicia had £50. She spends all of her money on 5 t-shirts. Each t-shirt costs the same. How much did each t-shirt cost? Well, we know she's got £50 in total. We know that she's going to share her money between 5 t-shirts, and we know that each one is the same. So we need to make a bar that has 5 parts, 1 part for each t-shirt, and in total we've got £50. We then share our £50 into those 5 groups, and that leaves us with 10 in a group. So I know that each t-shirt cost £10. Very well done if you got that right, and very well done if you drew bars to help you solve the problems. Well done, and I'll see you soon.